About 1,900 years ago, a huge pit was discovered on a remote island in the Southern Sea. With a diameter of around 1,000 meters and a depth that is still unknown to this day, the mysterious formation mesmerized people. Valuable and dangerous primeval creatures and mysterious relics that are beyond comprehension beckoned adventurers looking to strike it rich, which in time gave rise to a giant city. Over the span of many years, with a spirit of adventure for the unknown and countless legends luring them in, the world's only remaining unexplored chasm has swallowed up a great many people. It is known as the Abyss. When cave raiding in the abyss, the return journey presents a problem. The deeper you go, the greater and more severe the physical toll of heading home becomes. Returning from the depth's first layer, you experience mild dizziness. From the second layer, nausea, headaches, and numbness of the extremities. From the fourth layer, intense pain throughout the body and bleeding. From the sixth layer and beyond, the loss of your humanity or even death. This mysterious phenomenon, which is unavoidable for any human cave raider, is called the Curse of the Abyss. Raiders once found a journal that read, "Fifth layer, in the sandstone area of the Sea of Corpses, I came across a 7-tailed scorpion. It exceeded 2 meters in size. I've decided to call it a stinger head. While sheltering from the rain on the 6th layer, I encountered this one. A lizard that grows up while still inside its eggshell. Thanks to its shell, it appears to be unfazed by the iron rain. I'll call it an emperor shell." Nearing the 7th layer, I came across a human-looking silhouette. Not sure what it really was. For a little while now, it has been intently observing me. Damn idiot, I'm watching you too, you know. It's about the size of a human child. It didn't give off the impression of being a hollow. So perhaps it actually is a person. In the first place, where did it even come from? I do not know. That was the last thing written. This is the current state of the abyss. Down to 1,350 meters is the depth's first layer, known as the edge of the abyss. The creatures and environment here don't really change, but beasts from the second layer sometimes come up to feed. Beyond that is the second layer, or the forest of temptation. The strain of ascending is said to suddenly become more severe. If a red whistle descends down that far, no help will be sent after them. That's because both heading there and returning home become very difficult. So it's treated as a suicide. The forest eventually takes the shape of a rat guard, and at that point you enter the inverted forest. The air currents are super unstable and savage predators fill the skies. The third layer, the Great Fault. Here you'll find a vertical cliff face of over 4,000 meters standing in the way. The fourth layer, only black whistles and above can go there. The depth is about 7,000 meters. They call it the Goblet of Giants. The fifth layer, the Sea of Corpses. This is the domain of white whistles alone, and you can count the number of people who've returned from there on your hands. The sixth layer, the capital of the unreturned. When a white whistle descends to the sixth layer, people call it their last dive. That's because they'll never be able to. Heading into the chasm for which even darkness is no match. For those who offer up their bodies and challenge it, the abyss is said to provide all. Life and death, curses and blessings. All of it. At the end of their journeys, what will they come to finally choose? Will that be determined by the will of the netherworld? Or will it be determined solely by those who challenge? There are those who absolutely refuse to stop pushing forward. On occasion, they become one with their personal convictions, transforming into karma itself. These beings, who while human, have also transcended humanity, and continue to watch over everything with the gaze of inhuman eyes. The very best cave raiders, the White Whistles. Armed with relics of the netherworld they've personally excavated, they are each known by titles that uniquely personify them. Even among them, one stands unrivaled in terms of physical strength, the unmovable sovereign. So that flowers may bloom with innumerable deaths providing their nourishment, there are countless tragedies buried at the bottom of this beautiful world. But unless you're one of those directly concerned, this is not something you can know. You should simply be captivated by the utterly dazzling beauty and push on, treading firmly on the ground below. For your tragedy, too, is sure to become sustenance and give birth to the blooming of new flowers. Longing seizes people more powerfully than poison and more deeply than illness. Once it catches hold of you, there is absolutely no escape. That is quite the curse, and yet the adventurers all willingly devote themselves to its pursuit. For them, a life without longing is more terrifying than death itself. A journey from which you can never return. Treasures that you can never again acquire. Your very life, which once lost will never be restored. Nearly all things in this world will never go back to the way they once were. Understanding that, people still continue, even today, to get up and take another step forward. Spurred on by the thought of viewing a landscape they've never seen before, they keep walking. A longing for the unknown, you see, is something not a single soul is capable of. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this tale from the abyss. Please, if you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe.